Gakkou Gurashi caught many people by surprise, including me, as it had one of the best starts of any show in 2015, but this overlooked first episode eventually became overrated moe blah bullshit. Moe in itself is not a bad thing. In this case, however, it only serves a purpose in the first episode. After Yuki is revealed to be a fucking autistic psychopath, the shock value is gone. Never again was the moe used to delude the audience. Yet the show still attempts to rub my waifu, Yuki, wafu, into the fucking camera every time it gets the chance. The moe just doesn't fit with the setting in the zombies. Oh, speaking of the zombies, they're fucking pointless. Despite how much the camera blurs and shakes for cool effect, the only thing scary about the damn cannibals is how awful they look in CGI. Zombies are idiots that are never expanded upon and are very inconsistent in the way that they act. One example is in episode 5, when the School Live Club, holy shit, that's a terrible name, runs straight past the zombies while yelling and screaming their lungs out. What do the zombies do? Well, fucking nothing, of course. Isn't that their job? Yet earlier in the episode, they react to Miki's CD player, so why didn't they do anything when there are 4 girls running past you screaming their lungs out? It's not as if they matter anyways. Once you see so many of them get mowed down by a shovel that's being carried by what looks to be a 7-year-old, it's hard to feel that the zombies are even a threat. This is when the moe mentioned earlier becomes not just pointless, but detrimental to the show. Zombies being killed by cute girls make the zombies look like a joke. And I don't want to hear any of the bullshit about how the chick with the fucking shovel was able to carry such a hard and heavy shovel and hit them so hard. It's a fucking shovel and she looks like she's 7. Done. Over. Zombies act like a fucking joke. Oh wait, they are a joke. The only thing Yuki had to do to get rid of the zombies was, yes, get this, tell them to go home. Are you fucking kidding me? If Miki had just simply told them earlier that the zombies reacted to sound, they could have been done with this plan a long time ago. Zombies were just so they could make the whole series seem really fucking edgy. Gakkou Gurashi is usually drawn well with some exquisitely colored scenes, but this doesn't help the show out at all, since the terrible script and inconsistencies make all the tension created by these scenes feel pointless, before the tension even arrives. The animation was just average. I personally thought that the fucking Gaussian blur slapped on every scene that was supposed to have smooth animation was just annoying. Shaking and blurring the camera does not add effect, it just makes it hard to see. If you want to animate something, then animate it. Don't half-ass the production by making these things harder to see. As much as I would love to shit on the characters, there's not much to say about them. They're defined by their looks and are all one-dimensional. Yuki, the main protagonist, is a standout, which is made obvious by her clothing, as if her outlandish autism wasn't enough to prove that. Miki ends up being the only decent character as she develops throughout the show and learns to move on from the past, but most of the screen time wasn't spent on her. And even if it was, one character does not make the show. And again, she was depressed and dull most of the time, so she's not really a good character either. She's just better than the rest of the cast. The sound was okay, the OST is forgettable, but the voice acting was great and led to some scenes that are executed perfectly, but that's the problem with Gakkou Gurashi. It's executed well, but execution by itself cannot fix a show with a terrible script, horrible inconsistencies, a barren and uninvolved setting, and one-dimensional characters. I said this in my earlier reviews of this show. Gakkou Gurashi needed to expand upon its premise, and a premise means nothing unless it is expanded upon, and Gakkou Gurashi fails to understand this. Even High School of the Dead explained how the zombies functioned and was self-aware. If Gakkou Gurashi was just a simple slice-of-life comedy or had a focus on a disease instead of zombies, the show could have been decent, but sadly it was not, and what we got was a fairly promising show that pace-wise comes to a halt at episode 6 after revealing all there is to care about and ends poorly. My final score for Gakkou Gurashi is a 3 out of 10.